everyone out there listening, audience. This is Adam, and this is Lou.
Hello.
These are very special. I got to try to get them. These are very special people. When I was sleeping in my car 3 years ago, they were my first new best friends, and I was transparent. I told them I sleep in my car, and they just loved me for who I was. An old dude. And Adam,
Nice guy. You're nice.
they're like, if I was to have children, they would be my kids. Of course, that's Eric's daughter. She was born when about the time, pretty close when I almost said fluid. I just tell Lou that, but one of my best friends owns Fluid Coffee Bar, but this is St. Mark's. St. Mark's is a special place. They serve coffee and beer. What Starbucks?
Coffee and beer.
And they're open from 6:30 till 10 o'clock at night. And they have dudes like Gino that's been working here like 15 years. And Michael, 20 years. What Starbucks has people working 15 or 20 years and they serve coffee and beer? St. Mark's Coffee Shop just opened up Saturday morning, January 24th, 2025. I'm 71 years old, turned 71 September 13th. Now it's wintertime here. I'm going yet through another transition. How do I bottom line this so you stay long enough to hear what I have to say? Saturday morning, I'm 71 years old, a few days before my mom's 90th birthday, January 1st. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be there. I wasn't there when my dad celebrated his 90th birthday. And I wasn't there when my dad died. It would mean the world to me. I mean, it would mean the world to my mom. If I was there. That's one of the things about money. Money isn't just about buying cars and houses.
Pema Chodron said, I love this too, when I talk to my Lyft riders who are my audience now and have been for about 2 years. With my third chapter of Driving to Tokyo, which is driving for Lyft here in Denver, Colorado, I've come full circle back to Denver, Colorado after being away for about 13 years. Now this photo here is a special photo. It's me as a baby with my grandpa, grandma, Nelson, my mom's parents on the left, and my dad's parents on the right in Virginia, Minnesota, where I was born. Virginia, Minnesota is a little tiny town in northern Minnesota, and I can use Apple Maps and photos to tell my story. Now here is the bottom line that I hope you as the viewer will understand. It's going to take some degree of explanation, but I believe that photos with an explanation is better than just written text.
Money also can make a difference between being with someone you love, like my mom on her 90th birthday. So I'm gonna walk to Starbucks now. I'm walking right by. I can hear this young man yelling help right now.
married to my dad since she was 18. My dad was 20. Oh no, it's me. And in fact, I'm going out my back door to empty my trash in my alley exit. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be really nice in the 60s Fahrenheit today and tomorrow, but we're supposed to have a couple days of snow.
Uh-oh. Amen. Yippee. Oh my. All that stuff is coming. Yellow lights, red lights. Go see some family. Family comes sees us. Go to the airport. Oh, wrong gate. Oh, flash the leg. Oh, gotta drive. Need to pull over for gas. Wait a minute. Why is there construction? All these things as we're moving around this holiday season. Make sure we're staying on our frequency. We got green lights on the go. Notice this is an agile paperback. Throw it in your backpack. Put it in your back pocket. You catch a red light or you're at a yellow light. Got a decision to make? Grab a pop of this. On the go. Easy to take in. Keep you on your frequency.
But then it's going to go right back up. I'm on shorts and I have a lot to share, but I want to start with something probably the most significant thing, present tense, and I want to transition into talking about where I am, meaning it's March 10th, 2024. I'm living in my Mercantile Square loft, and I want to highlight living, not just taking home time for 4 days out of the month like I did for 13 years as a truck driver. Hello, this is Doug Guermo. Welcome to Driving to Tokyo. Click on the subscribe button, the like button. Come on inside and check out what I'm doing. I love truck driving. I'm going to be sharing a video every single day about how I drive a truck, but also the whole system I have of having fun, traveling. I've been to Japan 5 times in 2 years. I have more fun driving a truck than any other thing I've ever done in my life. Plus, I saved $38,000 last year. So if you're curious about truck driving, check it out. Click on the subscribe button, the like button. I look forward to seeing you on the inside, sharing my videos with you. Also, this is LC. This was taken actually when I bumped into her in the North Las Vegas terminal. LC also is on my Driving to Tokyo channel. Mike and I did a 1-hour Zoom call where I was in my truck in Northern California and Mike was in his van and LC was on her home time. I'm going to also show you that, at least that part of that interview as well. Don't worry about it. So this is an executive decision. Hey, I'm back. I'm serious now. Better lighting than last night, right? Last night lighting was horrible. I'll apologize for that. I'll try to make my 5-minute videos all day long. I think Mike said I only have to do one a day, like one a day vitamins. Okay, I've done 3 now, so I've done my quota already. I haven't even started my work day. How are you? I hope you're weird. If you're not going to be weird, I'm going to make you weird. Everybody has to be weird. Let me even define what weird is, because I said I'm a functioning crazy person, right? In that last video. I'm going to lock my door. Dude, I locked my door. We're up. This is really my life. See, this is my life as a truck driver. I love my life. I've been doing this 12 years and I love it, as crazy as it may seem. And I'm actually, I'm a functioning crazy person.
Someone that buys the truck, and we have to register them with the company for insurance purposes and stuff. But I've had only one person on my truck, but the whole time I've been with Knife, which is going on 9 years. My friend Cheryl rode with me for 2 full weeks. I give her credit. She went, rode with me in the passenger seat, slept in there's 2 bunks in my truck. These trucks are all designed to where you can team if you want to. And she rode with me for 2 solid weeks.
Three, four, each one times it's
Yeah, I'll see you later.
have them in your
Said, are you sleeping already? It was like 4:30, and she said, yeah, I'm already sleeping. And I said, I'm kind of wiped out, so I got an empty trailer, so I don't have to go in at like 5 or 6 in the morning to get an empty trailer set up for my 3 o'clock pickup. So I said, I actually don't have to leave till like maybe 10 or 11 in the morning, so why don't I just come in when we're both fresh tomorrow morning? Because I can take a shower and just spend the evening here and just chill. And then we had this Zoom coming up, so I took a shower and I feel a lot better. I've come to the one thing I've just, so I don't forget to say this, I've come to the realization, I think over the road, overall, is going to be better for me. And actually, when you come out, especially if you come out in the truck and you ride with me, you'll be able to experience the truck. And over the road, what's happening with this dedicated, everything has its checks and balances and
Since we're sharing this with people, let's break things down. What is over the road compared to dedicated?
Yeah, that's what I tell you.
All right, let's break it down.
So let me break it down, because unless you're a truck driver, it's like any industry. When you're inside looking out, you have lingo and things you use, words you use, that an outside person doesn't have a clue what you're talking about. So I define basically what over the road is and what dedicated is. And then I'll talk about the difference and how I view, for me, what is better and why. So over the road for the last 12 years, I've primarily been what's often called OTR. It's abbreviated OTR for over the road.
$500 a month from YouTube or $5,000 a month from YouTube. It's just, that's one of my goals, is to have you into profit with a YouTube channel. Whether it's, might not be right away, or at least you have the things set in place where, hey, I'm getting subscribers every day. I'm getting people to watch my stuff. That's really what it's all about as well.
There was something I was going to say, but I didn't want to interrupt you. When someone types in night transportation, they have their company videos. I think in many ways, some of our videos are better than the company videos, but that one with the women, they have 7 million views on it. And
then the other people like my the night drivers that are posting their own content are kind of mixed in with the company videos. I don't know if there's a way that I can get kind of my because my one video I did for Christine, it wasn't really that good. It was on it was spaced with the other night videos, and because it was, I think I have something like, I don't know, it had something like 7,000 views or something.
Nice.
And it really wasn't that good. I mean, it was okay, but the point is, because it was night transportation and because it was kind of mixed in with their videos, to this day, people are watching it. And what it means is that if you're looking at the video, let's say anybody's watching my videos and they look at what I'm doing and they go, well, I was actually thinking about driving a truck. This looks kind of cool. What is this? What kind of profession is this? What is this considered? And I was considered getting hired by CRST, but you get hired by night as an over-the-road truck driver. And what it simply means is that you're doing long-distance trucking. So there's you in the city, for example, there's warehouses in the cities. Like what happens is the long-distance truck drivers, like that's what I've been for the last 12 years. I've been an OTR, over-the-road truck driver, for now 9 years with night transportation. So what that means is I have a Home Depot, let's break it down. I have a Home Depot that I work out of, a home terminal. So if you're over the road truck driver, just like with a job, you go to a location to work. You know, you go to a store or an office or whatever. As a truck driver, over the road truck driver, you have a home terminal.
Transfer it out.
Here, but there's ton stuff happening, like stuff, and I've got these magnets on my thing where I can put the phone so you can't breathe. I got my both in Big Bear City, California, and ultimately about a decade in Arizona City, part of my backstory. But something significant is happening, and probably is going to happen, that may be one of the most significant things in my whole life, because it relates to my dad, who's literally, as I speak, in Arizona City, Arizona, in my parents' fourth and final house that they paid cash for, is dying. My mom, a couple days ago, sent me an email, and I want to I'm walking actually to Whole Foods in a 6-minute walk. I'm going to be talking about this, but also turning the camera around so you can see where I live. So I'm sharing two things: where I live and a significant thing that's happening right now. It's lose track of time now. It's Sunday, and there's not a cloud in the sky. But here's what's happening. It could happen anytime, and I'm real sad about it. But I don't know. I'll talk to you as though you're a human being here, and if no one's here, no one's watching this, I'm just talking to myself. And this is a video journal, which that's probably what these videos are going to turn out to be.
This online avenue, because I knew that it was a business that's so much more duplicatable than a brick and mortar. So, you know, if you're telling yourself that, you know, you're scared or you're watching us and you don't know this is for you, just get in, connect with whoever who invited you here, and be open to just receive all this information, because I'm telling you, it's an amazing business to get into. And I mean, as you watch everybody on this panel, where we all come from different backgrounds, different ages, so anybody can do this. So that's my brief introduction. I'm just going to pass it back on to you, Doug.
Thank you so much, Emily. And one thing I heard when you were talking too, I think you said you first went into business when you were 20 years old. You know,
Yeah.
I think with all the studies I've done on people being entrepreneurs, type of people, you have a certain mindset in your consciousness. And a lot of people started like paper routes or mowing lawns or having a lemonade stand. You know, oftentimes that type of spirit or that type of mindset starts at a very early age. And sometimes you can feel maybe a little disconnected from other people, or perhaps your parents are telling you to go to school and get a job, but there's something deep inside of you that's pushing you to look for something different. And I think what I see in common with a lot of you, and I think if we explore this a little further tonight, that oftentimes that energy or that longing to not work for somebody else or not just trade time for dollars really probably started at a very early age. So you may even have a job now where you know it's not it.
Matthew McConaughey, Dean Graziosi specifically talk about the value of journaling.
They've got a lot of videos here, and at the end of the day, I feel, as I'm watching the videos of you and going through the videos myself, like, I feel that people can connect to you in a way. And if you keep these videos in a pattern that let people have a dose of you and what you're talking about, then they want more, so they click next to the next video.
In a suit, you know, you've seen the things where you've got to be some giant charismatic leader that can speak in front of thousands of people. You've seen the things where you're going to start a little guru business and sell products just like the guru that's selling the products, who's actually an expert, that's going to take you 18 hours a day. And
Are we live yet?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Doug Wierma, and I'm the host tonight to our awesome hangout. And I want to welcome you to our hangout, the Team Take Massive Action. Tonight's topic is how to live your own dream instead of somebody else's. So I highly recommend that you tune in. And I'd like to first start out with introducing our panel here. And I'd like to start from my left to right, start with Brian on my left. Brian, why don't you go ahead and start out with a short introduction of who you are.
Sure. I'm Brian Couch. I'm 28 years old. I live in Dallas, Texas. I graduated from Texas A&M. I got that bad boy right there, and went out in the working world. I started, doing what I'd always been told to do, which was go to school and get a high school diploma, and then go to university and get another diploma, and then go work for somebody else for a long time. And while I was there, I started to see people who were kind of in the position that I was headed, right? They were where I was working hard to get. And they really just didn't really like life as much as I did, right? I just got back from college. I was finally free. I had all the fun time in the world. And I get into this working world, and people are getting, they're only happy on Fridays. They're bitching on Mondays about how, oh, it's Monday again. And then kind of excited on Wednesdays because it's hump day. And I just, I saw that was a place that I didn't really want to be, right? That wasn't really something that I wanted to do with my life. And so I made a decision. I made a decision that I was going to find a way to improve my life so that ultimately I could live my own lifestyle, right? So I could build my dream instead of constantly, trading my time for money to build somebody else's dream, right? And so while I was doing that, I even had some struggles in the working world. I got laid off twice because, at some point, if their company's not doing as well, that's really as far as your job security actually goes. And at any moment's notice, since I was only there for a year and a half, both companies, about a year and a half, they lumped me into that bottom 10, 20% that got laid off. And so, what's going on, Alan? So I did that for a while, and amongst that journey, I got introduced to network marketing. And network marketing, basically, I had a health and wellness company where I told all my friends and family about it, and about 90% of them just weren't interested at all. A smaller percent of them, thought I was trying to scam them, and that wasn't really cool, but whatever. I knew that there had to be a better way. And so I started looking around the internet, found a way to do it, found basically that you don't have to have a one-on-one presentation, that if somebody is interested, you can actually attract interested people to you. And then that's basically attraction marketing, right? You can find people who want what you have to offer instead of doing push marketing, which is, picking up the phone and hammering, interrupting people's day with your message, trying to sell them something. Basically, I spend my time now turning the phone the other way around, recording myself, and attracting to me people who want to be like me, right? People who want to buy what I have to offer. And from there, things, I started to find some success by following a system. And as of May 31st, now I'm building my own dream and no longer building somebody else's. I jumped into a system. I started following a plan, basically leveraging my time a lot more, because I found that when, there's not really much of a difference between me talking to a person one-on-one and me talking to this camera right here and you listening and paying attention, right? We could be having this conversation in person and it really wouldn't be any more effective as far as like from a selling standpoint, right? So when I make promotional selling type marketing material to attract people to me, I find that it's just as effective as if I was hammering the phones and trying to schedule meetings and follow up with these people and, and then calling up and making sure that they're doing whatever they got to do and trying to inspire from the phone. I find it a lot easier to do it from my room and a lot of times from the pool, right? So, I think I made maybe like 6,000 or so in the last 30 days. Things are really rocking and rolling. And, I'm definitely loving my life. I'll pass it back to you, Doug. Quick income disclosure. If you scroll down a little bit, you can find out, not everybody makes 6,000 in 30 days or 45 days or so. It kind of depends on how hard you want to work, how determined you are to make it happen, and how much you want to succeed.
Cool. Thanks, Brian. A little later on in the discussion too, I'd like you to tap into, we're talking about going to college and getting a degree and, how we're sold to get an education and get a job. I'd love to have you talk more about your views on that a little bit later in the discussion.
All of your life savings before you ever make a penny. You've seen the things that they just don't work. So is that really a choice? I think not. I think that you have one choice, and your choice is right now to click the button below the video and join the Lifestyle Society. To click the button right now because this is urgent for you. Now, there's some people watching and they're like, I don't know why I should join now. I should think, there's actually a reason. There's actually things they could lose by not joining right now. Like, what can they actually lose, Brian? Like if they don't click the button right now, if they don't get in right now, like, how are they going to lose out by not getting in right now?
Well, for one, if you don't get in right now, if you don't click the button now, you're going to continue to have the exact same life that you've had, and for me, that was urgent. I didn't want that another second. I wanted to change that immediately, right? And so when I was watching this, I was like, personally, I didn't know anybody that had ever made a bunch of money on the internet. I didn't know anybody that got rich online. I didn't personally know anybody that had ever been able to create a lifestyle that I truly wanted. So I just had to trust these random strangers. And so, for me, it just came down to enough was enough. I'm tired of having my boss, breathing down my neck, getting angry at me for shit that I didn't even do. I'm tired of being trapped in this one little spot, within this one little cube. I'm this cog in this wheel, not going anywhere. No one notices. There's no reason. I don't have a purpose, right? and I wanted freedom. I wanted out. And so for me, it was just another second of that wasn't, there had to have been more to life.
Right.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a choice for you.
No.
Right. Now, what else could they lose by not getting involved? We have a system where we help people get started and we help them build their income. Right. And so if they
driving to Tokyo, high performance team taking a place that he'd never been before. This today in the office, every one of these people in this photo paid Aaron and Sophia Rashkin $1,000 a day, including me. I'm in the photo. Can you find me? We'll count from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's me, right by the guys from Portugal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Me. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Sophia and her husband made $15,000 a day on top of what they were making with Empower. And that's how my relationship or friendship, it was never a romantic relationship with Sophia, started. But if I had a book called Driving to Tokyo, she would be part of my Driving to Tokyo story. Brian's now wife, but his girlfriend, Sandy, in the back sleeper when I had a layover in Texas where they were living, and they came to see my truck, and these photos were taken inside the truck. And there's actually a video on Doug Werma channel where Brian's talking for about 3 minutes. But this hangout that I patched in here, I wanted to show you, me hosting, because here's the bottom line. I went to several events and was with Empower Network probably for about 3 or 4 years.
We're in the company of a phenomenal success story. Dean Graziosi is a multi-millionaire.
Your ability and desire to influence so many people in such unanimously positive ways is truly inspiring.
You don't have a heart-centered reason on why the hell you want it. It's why everybody gives up on the 5-yard line.
It's entrepreneurs like Dean that are helping make the world a better place.
He is source of just incredible information.
1 million books sold total. Hundreds of millions of dollars in sales.
His takeaways have been inspiring so many people.
It's reaching millions of people online.
Biggest names in the history of this.
When I first met Dean, I just got to know his heart and his soul. It's felt like my brother.
So many lives.
Sometimes it takes someone seeing in you what you don't even see in yourself. The man changed my life.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank you so much, Dean.
I really do appreciate him.
You've seen him in over 50 movies, some of my favorite of all time. Avid Airstream collector.
Yeah.
You know him from his best-selling book, came out in the last couple of years, but I gotta tell you, this isn't like an interview where we haven't seen each other. We've been working together for about a week every night till about midnight.
We've gotten to know each other real well.
Yeah, really well. And I want to tell you, before we start this interview, very rarely get to know somebody before you do an interview like this. And what I got to learn is someone with an amazing work ethic. Someone who looks at his wife in a way that I know I look at mine, and it's pretty damn special to see a connection between a couple that have been together for a long time and still have that respect and love with each other, and the way he talks about his kids. So I took from really respecting this guy and love his work ethic to a whole nother level. I'm so happy to have him here. Everybody, Matthew McConaughey.
Dean, thanks for having me. Thanks
good
for
to
the
have you. I'd shake your hand like we just met, but that would be so crazy since we just spent.
We shook hands. I haven't had many hugs in the last week.
Yeah, it's so good. Good to have you here.
Good to be here.
And I meant what I said. It's been fun. Sometimes you know the actor and you know the person behind, but I get to peek behind the curtain, and way more respect when you realize that this is who you are. And what I love the most is your desire to serve. We're in a time in history where people are uncertain, they're scared. 3 years of turmoil, as you said, moving the goalpost. And I think it'd be a great time to talk about some of the things that can anchor them in, give them some hope. Like the dust is clearing. How do you go now? But I figured we'd lighten it up a little bit. And before we get into some of those, we've been talking about a lot of stuff for last week and going through. And I love the project you're working on. I got something really cool to share here in a little bit. But there's something that I've been laughing over for 2 days is have a beer on the way to temple. Can we just start there?
It's okay to have a beer on the way to the temple. Thank goodness. That came to me on a walkabout in Peru. I was on a vision quest. It was a 21-day trip where I went to find the Amazon. And I was stripping all the sort of symbols that I had in my life. I had just gotten famous in Hollywood, so I was going through some very kind of confusing times, a little information overload about what was real and what wasn't. And it was about day 15, and I had been thinking about, I've always gone through times in my life where I abstained from certain things, or celibacy, or not having drink, or what have you, even entertainment. And they had this, I forget the name of the damn beer, but it came in one of those big, one of the big bottles, 44 ounces. And I had it on a trail walking, where I ended up drinking it while I was writing in a journal, and I wrote some of my greatest journal entries in it, and I was don't think I would have written as good of entries if I wouldn't have had that beer right then. And I was like, man, the truth is crossing me right now. And this beer's got something to do with that. Thank you. That's right. It's okay. I was shaking a lot of guilt at the time too. Yeah. One of them was like, hey man, it's all right to have a beer on the way to the temple. And I remember writing that down. So that was a line, but yes.
But it's such a great medicine.
Okay. Your name is?
Eli.
Eli? Levi.
Saul.
So, now, just real quick, how did you guys meet?
We met through camp, and we met him through being in the same neighborhood. Yeah, we just kind of live around here.
And are you guys still in school?
Yeah.
Where do you go to school? South? Southwest?
South.
You mean where like the wealthy Helms are? Down?
No, like we all go to South. Like,
okay.
It's just like a school. It's like
South, not South.
No. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So anyway, I asked you how is life. In a couple words, how is life for you now? This is the year 2025. Do you realize that there was once a year 2000? And like Jacob, who's one of the evening managers, he's 25. He was born in 2000.
Wow.
And I was born in 1953.
It doesn't look like it. You don't show a day.
I don't lack 70.
No, not at all.
Because I'm really 30 in my heart. See, you can be 70 with a gray beard, but you could be 30 in your psyche.
Yeah.
So the question I want to ask you, how many 70-year-olds do you know drove 1 million miles in a truck, went to Japan 5 times in 2 years, have made 3,000 one-hour film collage documentaries, and make 4 one-hour film collage documentaries a day?
I only know.
That's the answer everybody gives me.
Yeah.
So, anyway, is it cool for me to show you on the front end?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now what you can do to help me is share that with your friends. I'll put you on the front end. They don't have to watch the rest of it. And all that'll happen is when you watch the video, I'll send you a link. Yeah. You just click share, and you can put copy and just send it to someone.
All right, yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah. Right.
And if you think of anything else you want on the video, I'm going to be inside making one. Just let me know.
Okay.
So you guys are the stars of my April 19th, 2025 video. Thanks for joining and thanks for being subscribed.
Yeah.
I got triple subscribers in one.
Yeah, 3 subscribers. Subscribe to Driving to Tokyo.
Yeah. I'll see you guys. Thanks.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice meeting you. Have this organized like I want it, but I can physically walk into it, and it's not organized yet. But this is my bed that I've set up on the platform, so it literally sits on the platform just like on my apartment, and I have my flat screen TV. There's no electricity or light in here. And then I have my TV stand, I have a dolly, a couple of suitcases, my massage table, but I've come back here to pick up my laundry. Now this actually could be organized to where it might be worth the $200 a month, because I have access to this storage from 5 a.m. till 10 o'clock at night. And what I'd like to do, I either keep my bed here flat like this, so I could possibly even come here and take a nap during the day. I have to find out if I could do that. But this space here, this wall here, what I'd like to do is put shelves in here so that I'll have a place to put clothes. And this other wall here, this is my TV stand. My TV stand could probably drop down on the floor and possibly even put my TV stand down like it was and take my TV and just put it on the TV stand like it was in my apartment. One thought I had was I could flip my mattress up and frame if I wanted to. To be Matthew McConaughey, Dean Graziosi specifically talk about the value of journaling, and as it relates to what I'm doing now, what Dean talks about, Dean Graziosi, well, it may sound like a broken record, is one of my virtual mentors, probably my most significant one I feel closest to in Matthew McConaughey. But what Dean talks about is related to what I want to share is he says, and I agree, most people often just live their life. They just live life. They get up in the morning, have their coffee, take the bus to work or drive to work, commute to work, go to work, come home, watch TV.
Beautiful day, my friend.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
I'll take this kind of weather anytime.
You know it. They were saying earlier this week we really weren't supposed to have this nice of weather until come tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And then and I'm told that it lasts until like Wednesday, and then
We're gonna have a couple days of snow.
Yeah,
But
what,
then-
Thursday, Friday? Thursday, Friday?
Yeah, and then we're gonna have about 2 weeks of real nice weather again.
Oh yeah. But we're supposedly we're supposed to be up to 60 tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. In that, I love color. I love Denver.
Yeah, 4 seasons, best 4 season climate.
That I've lived in both Austin, Texas, and St. Petersburg, Florida. 9 years in St. Pete, 5 to third year Austin.
I don't know if you know I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, I know.
You're on. I just want you to know.
Yeah, I know.
I like talking to people, and some people are conscious of. I try to be
Oh,
respectful.
you're fine. You're fine. In fact, I like it. In that, this right here.
You mind if I?
Oh yeah. Go ahead. This right here is exactly the majority of everything as to why I love it here.
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
Yeah. I'm glad because I have a channel called Driving to Tokyo, and one of the things I'm a retired truck driver, C9 Transportation. I drove a million miles all over the U.S.
No kidding.
And I lived in Japan. I've lived everywhere, but I lived here before I started driving a truck. I lived here 18 years, and I could go anywhere, and I'd come back here. And one of the reasons I got a loft here for 50% off.
If you can't
No, I can tell you. No, I want to pass it on to you because it's part of why I came back here. I drove a truck 13 years and loved it, and I lived part-time in Tokyo, and I'm 70, I'm a young 70, but a buddy of mine who was one of my cab driving friends kept telling me, dude, you can have a better life, you could get a loft in a Mercantile Square loft. He knew the owners. And he was the first tenant to move in this loft, 1996, but I kept turning him down. I knew about Denver, I liked it, but I thought I was gonna retire like when I was 75.
Yeah.
And what happened is you know how things happen for a reason?
Yep.
I finally got to the point, circumstances kind of forced me to do this, to make a change.
Yeah.
But here, I'll answer your question. What this whole building and the sister building, not all the units have a discount, but you have to come in under 42,000 and it has to be available. So here's what happened with me. I was actually physically sleeping in my car because I had Social Security, I couldn't afford to have an apartment. And then I started driving for Lyft, so I had the extra money.
Yeah.
And then this apartment that I have opened up in August after I was here about a few months. Anyway, long story short, I almost didn't apply, but I thought, what the heck, I'll apply. I put my application on Friday with my taxes, all the stuff you had to turn in.
Yeah.
And on Monday, I qualified.
Oh, wow.
And it's a 50% discount. Because of this area, all the places are real expensive here.
Yeah.
But here's the real cool thing. I save about $800 a month on rent. I still pay $1,100, so it's still $1,100.
Yeah.
But what
Damn. You're down here at Mercantile Lofts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm right across the street.
Yeah.
But here's the second real cool thing. They said after I'm in the loft, which I have, and I fulfill my first year lease, the second year lease, there's no income restrictions. So there's a double benefit. It means I get $800 off. But then with my Lyft business, if I want to make more than the 42, let's say 50 or 60, it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Wow.
So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying this to brag or boast. I'm just saying I'm so fortunate. It's good to have gratitude and humility.
Yeah.
And count your blessings.
Oh yeah.
Because going from sleeping in my car
to
having a place and having those two benefits is awesome. So
Yeah.
I like to pass it on. There's a lot of people that were one step from being homeless and needed to turn their life around. And so it's one, now frankly, there's not always lofts available.
Oh, yeah.
Because, but you know, this is a great location.
Well, come on, man. You're right here on Wine Coop at 16th Street Mall. I mean, God, what more could you really want? I mean, there isn't.
This is, in my opinion, for a single person, I have with the money I save, I have my parking garage right here.
Yeah.
And I go in and out of the parking garage 24 hours a day. I don't have to deal with the meters here. So the 800, I invest a little bit of it, and I have a parking garage here, my apartment here, and I walk everywhere. Look, I'm out in Shorts today.
Oh, wow. Hey, quick question, please, if you don't mind. And to be perfectly truthfully honest with you, what I need is a blunt wrap. And they're like $2, I guess. And I'm not trying to needle you for monies if you don't have it.
Well, to tell you the truth, if I had it, I would give it to you. But I honestly don't carry money around.
No worries. It's cool.
Yeah,
I get it.
But you got to ask.
Yeah. But hey, man, you look really good. You sound really good.
I'm not like his typical 70-year-old.
Listen. Stay young.
Yeah, it's all in your mind, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Well, you know, and genetics maybe.
Yeah. But I'm glad I met you this morning.
Yeah, thank you, Brad. What's your name?
My name's Eric.
Eric, thanks for being on video too. Most people are afraid to be on video.
And your name is?
Doug.
Doug?
Yeah. Thank you, brother. Have a good day, okay?
You do the same.
So I didn't mean to cut into my video time, but it's a perfect example. I walk around talking to myself on camera, and I'm extra cautious about not filming other people, because when I'm talking to myself on camera, people automatically assume I'm videotaping them, because I can face the camera at me or out at others. Like I'll show you. I'll turn the camera around. Or just keep it like it is. But my thought was to have a space to come to where I have clothes, have some non-perishable food, and then on this wall here, maybe even have a desk and a workstation so I could come here and maybe do some video editing. But it might be worth the $200 a month. But initially, I just wanted a place where I could put all my things that were left from my apartment that were valuable. My TV stand, my TV, my $1,400 mattress. So I'm coming by here just to get my laundry. Writers that mentioned me in her book, Stop Screaming at the Microwave, How to Connect Your Disconnected Life, oddly enough. And I used to have Handle My Life at Broke. She mentioned me in 2 books, but she has a 3rd book that I thought really hit home. It's called Touching Tomorrow, about how to make a video about your parents' life so you can leave a legacy, so it's like their life matters. Now, to be honest with you, I'll just finish this short video. My mom is having a very difficult time. Now, she actually writes emails, but I might suggest to her that she entertain the possibility, because she's probably gonna outlive me, to actually write about their life. Not worrying if she's gonna be an author or it's gonna be published or anyone cares about it, because here's the deal. Matthew McConaughey and Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi talk about the value of 30 minutes of handwriting your feelings. She does emails, but handwriting your feelings in a journal, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening is therapy. And it's your own, capturing your thoughts so you can look back over the journey you've had, especially this really important journey for the next year. I'm gonna suggest that to her mom. Now, there's a lot to unpack here. So I'm gonna bring this video to close. I'm gonna push this button. This will be sent to this phone. And this is what I do. I have one more day off before I go on to my rent-a-car tomorrow. And it's gonna be back on the grind after I save my apartment. It was such a relief to talk to my manager just yesterday morning and asked her, did you get the cashier's check? I dropped it in the mail slot on Saturday. It was closed, the bank was closed. And she assured me that she did, and I'm gonna save my apartment. But I'm gonna officially know it when I see the zeros on my resident app
instead of the 2,400, whatever it is. I see zeros. As of now, the middle of the month, I'm cool. It's very important because I made a decision to save my apartment and not my car because I get 11,400, be able to pay my rent, still have 9,000 left over. Not that that's gazillions of dollars, but I didn't want to be sleeping in my car and lose this apartment. That's the bottom line. Yo denge kyo nam 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 yo Nam yo ho denge kyo, nam yo ho denge kyo, nam yo ho denge kyo. Yeah. Page 33. Second prayer.
Second prayer. Offering to the Daigo Honzon. I express my sincere devotion to the Daigo Honzon, the soul of the Juryo chapter of the essential teachings and the supreme law concealed within its depth. The fusion of the reign of the original infinite law and the inherent wisdom within the Buddha of Kuon Ganjo, the manifestation of the Buddha of intrinsically perfect wisdom, the eternal coexistence of the Ten Worlds, the entity of Ichinen Sanzen, the oneness of the person and the law, and the supreme object of worship of the high sanctuary. I also express my heartfelt gratitude for its beneficence and pray that its profound benevolent power may ever more widely prevail. Nam yo ho denge kyo, nam yo ho denge kyo, nam yo ho denge kyo. Third prayer, offering to Nichiren Daishonin and the successive high priests. I express my sincere devotion to the founder of true Buddhism, Nichiren Daishonin, the boundlessly compassionate Buddha who revealed the true cause of original enlightenment, who possesses the three enlightened properties, and whose three enlightened properties comprise his single being, whose beneficence transcends the three existences, and who possesses the three virtues of saffron, teacher, and parent. I also express my heartfelt gratitude for his beneficence and pray that his profound benevolent power may ever more widely prevail. Nam myo ho renge kyo, nam myo ho renge kyo, nam myo ho renge kyo. I express my sincere devotion to the second high priest, Ikyakuren Ajari Nikko Shonin, the first among the treasure of the priest and the great master of propagation, who directly received the living essence of the true Buddha from Nichiren Daishonin. I also express my heartfelt gratitude for his beneficence and pray that his profound benevolent power may ever more widely prevail. Nam yo ho renge kyo, nam yo ho renge kyo, nam yo ho renge kyo. I express my sincere devotion to the third high priest, Nidakyo Ajari Nichimoku Shonin, the master of the seat of the law, who directly inherited the living essence from Nikko Shonin. I also express my heartfelt gratitude for his beneficence and pray that his profound benevolent power may ever more widely prevail. 南無法蓮華経、南無法蓮華経、南無法蓮華経。I express my sincere devotion to the fourth high priest, Nichido Shonin, the fifth high priest, Nichigyo Shonin, and all the successive high priests who have inherited the correctly handed down the living essence. I also express my heartfelt gratitude for their beneficence and pray that their profound benevolent power may evermore widely prevail. 南無法蓮華経、南無法蓮華経、南無法蓮華経。I pray to eradicate my many past and present slanders against the law and to continually purify and deepen my faith and practice so that I may attain enlightenment in this and all future existences. Offer personal prayers here. Nam myo ho renge kyo, nam myo ho renge kyo, nam myo ho renge kyo. May the impartial benefits of Myoho Renge Kyo spread equally to the farthest reaches of the universe, so that I, together with all other existence, may attain the tranquil state of enlightened life. Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I cannot see you.
Oh. Well, hopefully we'll figure out next time how you can see me. I don't know what happened because I
see.
I can see myself and my video's on. I see. I think you understand. There's a little video button that on my phone. When I push the video button, it puts a line through it like it's off, and then when I click on it again, I see myself on my phone, and also I see you. It's good that I can see you, but hopefully, at least you can hear me, so that's good.
なんだっけ? So have you talked to the manager today?
No, I don't.
Today?
No, I don't. I don't talk to him till Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday.
See, I have today. I have today, Saturday, and Sunday. This is true. This is true every single week. I have 3 more days. Then at 5 a.m. on Monday, which he's off on the weekend, so he won't be in the office all weekend. But on Monday, he will be back in the office. I'll probably touch base with him, but I'm officially supposed to bring him. I know for sure after midnight, I will have $835 that I can go to the bank and get a check for that. And I'll be earning money this weekend. It just, the tricky thing was, I don't think, number one, I'll have the full $700. Number two, this is the first time that I've done it this way because my money that I earned on this weekend goes to a separate account, separate from my Bank of America regular personal account. Up to now, when I've been in this situation, I've walked over to my bank, which is across the street, and after midnight, when the cash is there, I've literally gone to my ATM machine and it allows me to withdraw the $800 cash, and I walk back to my apartment, okay, and then I put it in a drawer, and I do that. I have done that 4 times so that there wasn't any auto payment things that would take that out. In other words, let's say I left the $800 in my account and some automatic deduction like $400 came through. it would reduce that from 800 to 400. So to eliminate that risk, I literally go get the cash, bring it home so I have the cash. And what I've done up to now is then I was earning money, okay? And then as soon as I got that extra $400, yeah, I had from normally, before this all happened, I would have from the first of every month all the way to the last day of the month to get $400 more from my Lyft business for the whole entire month. And I'd have till the last day of the month to take that $400 with the $800 I have in my drawer, put the two together, and then walk to my bank and get a cashier's check for that whole rent amount and give it to the manager. That's what I've been able to do 4 times. What's different about this is I didn't pay my December rent. So I owe my December rent. And even though it's only January 10th, it's not the end of January, the management considers me 2 months late. Even though technically it's not the end of January, because I didn't pay December, and because I'm now into January, my balance on my residential app shows negative $2,400. So what happens is, Donald has to work with me, but here's one more point I want to make. The reason why I understand where they're coming from is I'm already $2,400 behind. So when I give him $800, I know I'll have the $800. I'm still going to be $1,600 behind. So let's say I only give him another $400 instead of $700 that I told him I would. He'll then have, let's say, $1,200. He'll have half of what I owe, okay? And it's still, it'll be January 15th. I'll be halfway through the month. But what'll happen is, in February, I'm then going to be another month behind. So what I'm saying is, I can understand that they're seeing that I'm getting further and further behind, and I may not be able to catch up. So it's going to put him in a position. What are they better off? I don't want this, but from their perspective, are they better off to evict me, have me move out, and have someone else move in that would pay the rent on time? But the problem is, they don't. Here's where I'm coming from. The problem from my end, even if I have to leave and empty my apartment and lose my apartment, either way, I'm going to have to pay them that $2,400.
That's right.
And but the only bad thing, I'll have to work and pay that $2,400, but I no longer will have an apartment. So in my mind, it would be beneficial for all of us if they would forgive me, work with me, because I want the apartment, I'm working, I'm employed, and let me try to just pay this as quick as possible. Because for sure in January, I'm going to have another $835 that I know is going to coming in approximately a month after I talk to Don, plus that whole month of working. So my point is, it's in the realm of possibility that they will, by the middle of January, have everything paid off, because I'll have that $835 guaranteed next month, plus the $835 I'm giving them now, which is be a total of $1,600, plus whatever I can make this weekend, and then I'll have a whole month of working to pay him more and more money. So that's what I have to convince him. I'm sorry this has happened. I want to pay this off as much as you do. And at a certain level, they'll be better off, because if I move out, they still have time to find someone to move in. But here's the bad part. If I move out, my understanding is I'll still have to pay the rent I owe them, $2,400, and the amount of time it takes them to find another person, I still have to pay all of that too. So that'll be even worse, because I'll have to pay them even more money. I won't have the apartment anymore, and I'll have to pay them until they fill the apartment. Plus, I'm going to have an eviction on my record and that will eliminate me from ever renting again. It's just a bad, it's a bad thing. Yeah, I'm just telling up front, as much as I don't want this to happen, this could happen. And then what I have to do is keep what I want to. I'll have to put everything I want to keep into storage. The only good news I told you is I can sleep in my car. I've done it before. Even though it's winter, I don't like it. But I will have to probably join a gym to take showers. And the only positive thing is I'll eventually pay them whatever I owe them. And then my Social Security check that I get every month will go into the bank. And I won't have to use that for rent. So in 1 year, just keeping the $835 that goes into my bank account every month and not touch that, I won't have to because I won't have rent. The good news out of this is I'll have $10,000 in my account in a year. In 2 years, I'll have $20,000. In 3 years, that's $30,000. So what I'm getting at, Amy, I don't know. What I'm getting at, sometimes we're holding on to something. Like I love this apartment, and we're holding on to something that we're not meant to hold on to. And there can be benefits of letting it go. You know, that we won't realize until we let it go.
Yeah.
So you understand what I'm saying? There's always a plus and a minus. There's always a yin and yang. There's always a poison, turning poison into medicine. There's always karma. This is another thing, as a lay person, that I just make this point. Sometimes, like we've talked about, who knows what my karma is? Maybe I'm supposed to go through this and learn from it. And this is, you could say, some bad karma that I have to work through to get on the other side. And there is good karma. You know, there's the good karma is I have my car, I have my job, you know, I have you know, I have to, you understand, I have to look at all the positive things, not just the negative. But the bottom line is I'm going to know more on Wednesday. Now, one of the things I'm going to ask him, I'm going to tell him by Wednesday, I hope to have next week's rent paid or most of it. And I'll tell him I'm going to be earning income Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I go back to work the following week and I pay the rent and I have still income coming from the following week and so on and so forth. So I know one way or another, you're going to get money from me, whether I'm in my apartment or not. I just would prefer to be in my apartment. You know what I mean? So and I have to take full responsibility for this because I'm the one, I had chances that this didn't need to happen. You know, the best thing to do is take full responsibility. Okay, how could I have done things differently so this wouldn't have happened? You know, there's always lessons. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't like it, but I can't change it. I can't rewind my life. You know, all of us, all human beings, we can't go, oh man, if I could go back to May 6th when I sold my car and I had 13,000 and I had an extra 8,000 or 5,000 in the bank, I wish I wouldn't have touched that, you know, because that would be there now. And there's so many other things. The bottom line is, I regret that my mom's not willing to help me. You know, that's not. But anyway, the point I want to make, I'm okay. The main thing I'm trying to take care of is my mental, my faith, and my emotions. And so I don't feel hopeless, you know, I don't feel mad or I don't feel sad because that's the important part.
Yeah, important part. You are great.
Yeah. I have to be kind of a warrior, you know, they say you have to, this is, you know, I have to count my blessings and thank God, you know, thank God or Buddha, you know, thank thank the true Buddha that you're here with me. You know, if I hadn't gone to Japan, I would be facing the same thing I'm facing now, most likely, but you wouldn't be a part of it. Right?
That's good.
So that's how I feel. So when would you like to meet again? It doesn't, and you don't have to do it every day. You know, don't feel like you have to do it every day.
But now you are in a critical situation. Yeah, I want to help you. ですね。Monday evening for you. So 13th.
Okay.
The 14th for me.
Okay.
14th 9.
Okay.
Is 5. No.
So we're gonna go back to the regular time where it's 5 p.m. for me.
Regular time.
Okay. Okay.
It's 13th for you, 14th for me.
Okay, I will know a lot more on Monday when I see you.
Yeah.
I'll know how much money I've earned, how much I can give him. I'll probably give him an indication what's going on, because by that point, see, by the time I talk to him on Monday, which is going to be hard because he may say, I'm sorry, I'll have to send this. I may find out Monday that if it's cut dry, that if I don't have that full amount. But then it's going to be really hard, because if he tells me I'm going to evict you, then I might have to tell him that, you know, it's putting me in a real awkward position because I can't give you all my money because I'm not going to have any money to move. And it's a tough situation. So, by the time I see you on Monday, I will know more. I'm hoping, I'm trying to have positive expectations, but at the same time, be prepared for maybe hearing something I don't want to hear, you know. That's a hard place to be in. You know, you hope for the best, but, you know, I don't want to say you plan for the worst, you know. You have to hope for the best, but you have to be prepared to not potentially be devastated if you get bad news, you know. So that's it. Yeah. So I appreciate your friendship, and I will talk to you on Monday. Okay. And have a wonderful weekend. You have a thing that says New York Yankees.
New York Yankees.
Yeah, that's baseball. That's a baseball team.
It's Shiho-chan's.
Oh. Is she? It's your daughter's.
It's small for her, so she gave it to me.
Oh, that's funny. So your daughter's growing up, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Is she?
She's growing up.
Is she taller than you?
Taller than me.
Yeah. Well, it's nice that you have a daughter. How old is she now?
17.
Oh, wow. Wow, she'll soon be 18. And is she planning on going to school at some point?
Now, from April, she will go to the school for nurse for animals.
Oh, you mean like veterinarian or nurse for animals? Oh, that's nice. Well, say hi to your husband, and I'll talk to you on Monday.
Talk to you on Monday.
Okay.
Thursday. Me.
Okay. Arigato. Thank you very much.